Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to do some bigger balloons. I was thinking about it last night. That was the one that I was using, and then I thought I'd try some bigger ones, only because this is a really big canvas. I think that it may just need a few, even if I just do 3 or 4 and kind of go over some of the branches. I'm just going to see how that works. Okay, now I've still got all these covered up from last night. I probably should have uncovered those, shouldn't I, before I started. Let me just do that real quick. I use these big cups over and over and over to cover my smaller cups of paint. They're very useful. So has everyone been painting heaps while you've been in isolation? I have. I've been trying to do like 2 a day. Doesn't always work that way because, this is taking up a whole bench, so I can't do anything else apart from this. All right, here. Now, where will I put it is the question. I might do a big one about here. I'm going to need a lot more paint because I'm going to do a bigger puddle. So some white, and because it's in the darker yellow background, I'll put some of the lighter colours down. Whoops. And some of this pale yellow. And then for a little bit of contrast, I'll just pop on a little bit of the darker grey. And I'll just put like 3 blobs there and see what that looks like. You don't have to do all puddles. You can do blobs little blobs if you want to. Okay, let's see how this goes. It's a lot of paint, but it's a big balloon. Hopefully it'll work. Oh, yes. Okay, let's put another one just here. Beautiful. Wow. Yeah, I just think it needed, something a bit bigger. That one's not as big. What if I go over that one again, actually, pick up a little bit more paint? Because I did put a lot of paint there. That's better. All right, let me wipe this off. And I'll go with the big one again. It's hard to wipe all that paint off it. Okay, so those ones are pretty much a white, sort of whitish background. I'm going to work out where I want my other ones. I think I'll have another big one. I'll put one here actually, where that join is, just to cover that join. And then maybe another one, big one. I like that. I don't really want that to go. Maybe sort of down here. See how that goes, hey? All right, so I'll start with the big one here and then I'll go over it there. So I'll start with some black. And I haven't used very much of that raw sienna yet. I should use a little bit of that. And then maybe some white on top. So I try to have them all exactly the same colour. Let's do a little blob, blob, blob. Hopefully you can still see this. I've tried my best to get the whole thing in frame. So hopefully it's working. Okay, here we go. Push down as hard as I can. Oh, wow, look at that one. Now where was this one going? Oh, over here. I said it was over here, hey, in the where that join was. Okay. Now I think I need another sort of big one over here and maybe in here, and then I think that will be it for the big ones. Just felt it needed something a little bit bigger just because the scale of the canvas is so big. Do you agree? Hope so. I really like that one. I have to try and remember what I did. Now, where am I going to, where did I say I was going to put it? Actually, I might do a big one just in there. Oh no, I've already got that one, haven't I? Maybe in here. Just sort of spread the big ones out a little bit. Okay, let's put some yellow down first. This is the yellow ochre, however you want to pronounce it. I'm trying to keep the yellow away from the black because you know what happens, don't you? With the yellow and the black, it kind of goes a little bit green. So I'll do that and then put a little bit of black on top and see how that one looks. Wow, love that one. Right, where am I going again? I might just do, because I'll just overlap a little bit. It's only going to be a bit smaller because I'm going again. So I'll do a fresh puddle for these big ones. I just get a better result with the fresh puddle. Look at that. So pretty. I guess if you wanted to use what was on your balloon, you might have a little canvas behind you somewhere that you could use to dip your extras on. Right, so this is quite busy down here. I do feel as if I need another big one just in there. So let's do that again. And I'll start with the grey. I don't mind if it overlaps onto a couple of those smaller ones. This is where you start, you know, building your design by overlapping a little bit. Whoops, I've splurged onto my canvas. Let me wipe that. Might help if I wiped it with a clean cloth. Okay. Now, what colour will I do next? Let's have some of this lighter yellow. And that brown was really good, so we'll put some brown on and then a little bit of black. Actually, the white worked really well too, the black and the white. So with a big puddle like this, you know, you can put a few colours on. So I'll do a few more, and then as I did in the last video, I'll just fast forward them. Otherwise it just takes way too long, because this is going to take me hours to do. So this will overlap onto those a little bit, and then I have to work out where I'm going to put the other one. I think I might put it there, because I've got another join there. It's good to kind of cover your joins, I think. Look at that. Oops, I dripped. I think in my last one, I didn't go over my branch. I wanted to keep my branch visible. But then looking at it afterwards, I thought, no, it doesn't look that natural. So this time I'm going over my branch, as you can see, in a few little areas. I've got a drip there. Let's see if I can just wipe that off. If you do drip, you can just go over it with another balloon medallion at some stage. Right, let me just stand back and have a look at this, see if I need anything else, any big ones. Actually, I could probably do with another big one kind of here maybe. Yeah, just to balance it, because I got big ones there, so I'll do another one here. What will I start with? Let's do some yellow. And where will I do it? About there, I guess. It's hard to know where to do them. You need a big puddle. And let's go with some of the brownish tone. And some light grey. And this darker yellow. And a few little bobs of black. I think that gives it a nice sort of design if you have little blobs here and there of the black. All right, now I'm going to work out where I'm going to put the next one. Once I've taken that off, I need to put another one down. I don't really like that one. I might just go over that one. Push down as hard as I can. Okay, well, that was worth doing. I love that. Okay, now does that look as if I've got enough of the bigger ones? I guess I could always add more later, couldn't I? Just wiping off my balloon. Let's stand back and have a little look. I do think that those few bigger ones works. 1, 2, 3, they're not that big. 4, 5. So I've got 5 big ones. I wonder if I need any more. Maybe once it's dry I can overlap another bigger one, just so that they're not so, you know, separated. Okay, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to change over to my next size down balloon, my smaller one. And let's see how we go. Do a few more. Now, I thought I'd put a few of these little leaves on before I do too many more, because I want to be able to sort of have a little bit of negative space with a few leaves. So that's the idea there. Let's peel these off. And the bigger leaves will go closer towards the center of the branch, and then the smaller leaves I may put out here. So I'll just add a few of those, like so. And there's a little point there. So that to me looks as if it's saying, hey, I want a leaf there. All right, how's that? So just to add a little bit of more interest in. I don't want to put the leaves, you know, just on their own. I think they'll look better in either groups of 2 or 3. See there, that was 2 on there like that, so I'll I'll leave them like that. I'll find somewhere for those to go. I just think they look better in a little group of two like that. So I'll put a few of these on. Where else? Where else? There we go. Then I won't cover up all my space now with balloons and then not have anywhere else to put leaves. So I think I'll probably put some more balloons there. So down here, either that one or down here could do with a couple of leaves. This is a smaller branch, so it can have, actually no, that doesn't look nice there. Oops. Actually no, all right, you can stay there. I'll find a smaller one to put next to it, I think. Oh, there's a little one, little tiny one. Let's use you. You can just go there. Okay, that looks cute. Find another little one. I might put it on the other side there, just to balance it out. Okay, I might put some more down here. So there's already a little group of three. So let's do, there's a little point there. So let's use these three on that little point there. We have one there. So this again is just keeping a little bit of area, a little bit of negative space away from those birds. I don't want to have too much on this painting. I think my last one, my cherry blossom, I might have overdone it a bit and had a bit too much. But I would like some negative space. That looks really pretty there. I like that. Okay, let's keep going with the balloons. Now I'm going to go with my smaller one. I think I've got quite enough big for now. So let's just put on some smaller guys. I'll have to wait for these to dry before I can put anything next to it because they do bleed into each other. So it's best just to wait a little bit. So little blobs now. Again, I want them touching, overlapping a little bit, because it just looks weird for them just to be out there on their own. Hey, they kind of need something to ground them. Let's do a few and see how these go. Because for every blob that I make, I'm going to smash another balloon somewhere. So these 4 will make 4 somewhere else. And I'm spilling again. What else? What else? Some white, maybe. Do you want to introduce a bit more white? I'll see how they look. Whoops. See how these few look with just those 3 colours. And then I have to work out where else I'm going to put these. Oh yeah, that's pretty, hey? It's just pale. I'll put it over here because these ones are quite dark over here. Go back in. And you. Alrighty, so that's the general idea of the smaller ones. They then just link to the bigger ones. Need some more though. Let's see, let's go with some more black right in the middle there to link these ones. I may do a slightly bigger one in there. I might use my slightly bigger one for this next lot. Right, now what colour next? We'll do the light grey next. Just need to keep the yellow away from the black, that's all. So we don't get that greenish hue coming through. And I think I'll put some yellow on next and then a little blob of white. Just easier to do, you know, 3 or 4 at a time. As long as you spread them out, it doesn't matter if they're the same colour, you just spread them out a little bit. Whoops, oh, that's all right, you won't see that, it'll be under the medallion. Okay, so that was the smallest one I just did, so we'll just use the slightly bigger one. I may even get a tiny little water balloon for some of the really small ones, just on the outside. Oh, look at you! I've missed you. What happened there? I have to go back and put a couple of colours on you. I'm just linking that one to the branch with that one because it was just floating there in the middle of nowhere. So I just linked it. So I don't want them just floating in the middle of nowhere. Right, you need some paint. Yes, you do. And a little bit of white as well, I think. Just a little bit. Do you think I need a big one over here somewhere? Got a lot of branch there, haven't I? I'll have to have a look at that and see what I want to do with that, because that's a lot of branch just sitting there. Oh, so didn't see how it's starting to go jagged on the edges there? That's because I didn't have enough paint. Let me just hang on to this balloon. I'm just going to put some more paint over the top of that. That's what happens when you don't have enough paint. You don't get that beautiful round edge. It starts going a little bit jagged. It's quite dark over here. In this corner, I'll have to a little bit more white, I think. Just to match my bedding, because you know it's quite white, so I don't want the painting to be too dark. I want to have that freshness popping through. All right, let's try again. Where am I putting you? I don't really want to cover that area up there. I've missed this one. Let's go into this one. And I've spilt. That's yesterday's blob though. So it's dry. I can just wipe that off. And put you there. Righto. Now I'll go back to my little one, the smallest one. Did you guys see me do the cherry blossom one? I just didn't know when to stop with that one, and I felt as if I overdid it, so I just want to make sure that I'm not overdoing this one. Let's see if I've got any more little leaves. Get all my leaves out that I've got. That's all I've got left in the way of leaves. I'm going to put some little ones down here. Oh, you're a little. A couple of little ones just down here. Like so. Where else can we have some leaves? And does that need a leaf, or does that need, that probably needs like a little balloon there, I think. A leaf on the end of that. And where else? I'll put some little balloons on the end of these, and that needs to be joined up with that one. I think this group here, I'll put here. So I'm running out of spots to put it, so just put it there. Because it's quite a big set of 3. You don't have to use these. Oops. I'll go around the other way. Yeah, you don't have to use your leaves if you don't want to. I just think it adds that little extra bit of drama, that black to it. And I've still got a few left. I'll put some more blobs on. Now, let me stand back and have a look. I think I need more white. Let's do some smallish ones in the white, hey? Just want to sort of move this out a little bit, so we'll put that there. Now these are going to be the smallest balloon, so not too big with the little puddles. Let's do those ones first. One, 2, 3, 4, and I'll just put a little bit of grey on them, and so hopefully they'll be quite pale. Just a little touch. I have to go around the back of my table to do that one, I think. Probably need to add a little bit more of that brownish colour too, don't I? This one, I haven't got a lot of it. So maybe that with some white and some black, it'll give me sort of more of that look. Probably need to add more of those. Okay, let's do these little guys. Actually, I've got one right there, haven't I? Although, oh, he ended up being quite big. I might have to get a smaller balloon. And I'll come back to that one. So the bigger your puddle, the bigger your balloon is going to be. Come around the back here. And yeah, just try and overlap them a little bit to give that 3D kind of a look. Right, how's it looking? Still wondering if I need to put something big there. Maybe not. I think I probably need to have, like when this one dries, I'll have to wait till this big guy dries, sort of have another one sort of out there a little bit. These I need to wait for them to dry before I can go any further that way, because I want them all sort of heading that way. I don't want them going that way because the branch is heading that way. Might do a little leaf just about there, just on its own. I want to use up my leaves, don't I? And there. Oh no, did I put my finger in that? Oh no, it's dry. It's all right. Phew! Right, now I've only got 3 leaves left. Where are they going? Where are they going? That's right, I was going to put a balloon there, wasn't I? Let's do that then. Let's put some... Should I? Or should I just leave it as a leaf? Let's leave it as a leaf. Yeah, I don't want to overdo this one. I just don't. There we go. Now, 2 leaves left. It's like an auction. 2 leaves. 2 leaves. Who wants them? Might put another couple of balloons just there. I probably need to put some more in here just to break up that. All right, I'll leave these 2 little guys for now. Right, let me stop the video and I can have a think about what I want to do next, and I'll fast forward the next little bit. This blob here, I'm not that happy with it. I really wanted it to be bigger, so I'm going to go again with that one. It's right in the middle there, so yeah, I just wanted it to be bigger. So let's put more paint on. Just thought I'd bring you down here next to me, hey? Up close and personal. And some white. I do like having white in all of them. I just think it looks just nice and fresh. And then what else? Let's do this little bit of brown. And then I think a little blob of black just for the contrast. Just a little bit. Don't need a lot. You can put it in like a little triangle area there. And we'll get our nice big balloon. Look at that. Would that be a double D? Reminds me of silicone boobs. All right, here we go. Press it in. Press down. And up. Woohoo. Okay, here's a nice one. I've got made up a really tiny little balloon. Look at that. It's about the size of an egg. So I'm going to go with some little ones just sort of on the edges with the little dude. And let's see if we can introduce a little bit more white down here. So again, I want to link them. Don't want them just sort of sitting out here on their own. And I don't want to go back that way. I want everything to kind of go this way. So there. There. Just got to be careful not to put any on wet pieces. Actually, I should try and just do up here, shouldn't I? There's a little end of a twig there, so you can have one. And actually you can have a little bit there. I won't do too much now, otherwise I forget where my blobs are. And that's no good if you forget where your blobs are. And you're looking everywhere for them. I should count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, there's one down here, but you probably can't see it. 6. Okay, so I've got 6. I have to remember to do 6. Now I'll put a little bit of the light yellow on top of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6. Now those 6 are going to make 12, so I have to work out where they're going to go. Hopefully I haven't got too much paint. So I wanted them small. Oh, see, that's way too much white there. That's better. I'll go over this one again. If it still doesn't work, I'll put it. See, it's too much white in there. I'll have to put some more colour into it, I think. Just had too much white in the bottom there. It's not ending up being very small. It's because my puddle was so big, you see. Doesn't matter, you know, even if your balloon's small, if your puddle's big, you're going to end up with a bigger one. So you're going to try and make your puddle a bit smaller. See, even that one's quite big. Go again into that one. Put a little one there. So I don't want to touch that one. It's wet. Yeah, way too much paint here, woman. What are you thinking? Just needs a little bit more colour in that one. Don't really like that. I think I'll go over that one again. The white and the brown aren't, well, I guess they're not that wonderful, but because I'm trying to encourage, or sort of trying to have a bit more brown in here, I'll just leave it like that. And I did want more white. There's no point having them all with lots of black, is there? If I'm trying to bring in a slightly lighter shade. Okay. Oh, I missed one. Actually, I missed 2. Oh my gosh. I'm going to put a little bit of grey on top of them. Missed both of those 2. Okay. I don't know if you can see there, I went into a wet medallion. Don't know if you can see it. Actually, I might take it off and have a little bit of a close-up at the moment. Another 7 minutes. This is going to take forever. Sorry. But I guess you can just fast forward. See, now this little area here where that little point is, I need to do another one there, little one, but the big medallion is wet, so I'll have to wait for it to dry. Same with that there. I want to put some smaller ones on, but I'll have to wait for it to dry. I put, see what happened there? I put that small one next to the big one, which was wet, so I'm going to have to go over that one. See how it sort of bleeds into the other one? So you really need to wait. You can't try and rush this. So I'll have to do that small one again. We're getting some really, really pretty colours. Look at that. And then over here we're getting the pale colour. Pale yellow with the pale grey. And then we've got a dark one again. And then we've got more of a brown there. That one's really amazing. Look at the different colours and shades in there. And then we go up again to the black with the yellow. Really, really pretty. Now the decision is how much more to do. I'll go this way so you haven't got the sun in or the light in your eyes there. That's the question. How many more to do? A few more. I'll wait till it dries and then I'll do a few more like on the edges here, because then it goes bigger, smaller, smallest sort of down there. So I'll do that. Okay, thanks again for watching. I will be back though. All right, I'll just wait for this to dry and I'll be back and we'll do some more. I've got my smallest little balloon and I'm going to go again, just a couple up here, and then I'm going to move the camera around and you can just follow me doing a few smaller ones. Okay, how's that sound? Let's go with white. I'm going to try not to put too much on this time. Actually, I'll stand around here. The thing is, I've got the light behind me. Makes a bit of a shadow. And then a little bit of grey. Again, trying to keep these ones small. Okay, that's those ones done. That's a bit big. First one I do always ends up a little bit big. Oh, I need to move my ladder out of the way so I can get in behind here. That one's still wet, so I don't want to touch that one. Needs a bit more grey, that one. It's a bit too white. Okay, let's go again. That one's still wet. I shouldn't have done that one. Okay, here we go. In there, that's looking better. And then in here, and just a little one over there. Not sure how far you can see with this one. Little blob there. It's getting really tricky now. I just don't know how many more to put on. I don't want to overdo it. Oops. I have to clean that mess up. Move those out of the way for a sec. Okay. Those two are very similar. It's this one here. Just got to make sure I don't get too close to that one. Oh, look, see, it's bled. I should just wait until they're dry. I'm going to go around the back of the table and I'm going to do a few smaller ones up here. Just have to move my stool. Okay. Oh, I didn't bring anything to wipe my balloon with. That's okay. Now I can put the darker yellow up here onto the lighter yellow. Might do a bigger one here actually, because there's not much over here. And then do a a smaller one there. I should have brought my paper towel with me. Oh, look, I've dripped again. Not doing very well today with my drips. I'll go over onto the other side. I'll grab my paper towel and I'll grab a little cloth to wipe that drip. Okay, one sec. Get myself organised. And back again. It's a big table, this one. It takes me forever to walk around. Okay, let's wipe that little drip before it's dry. I've got to be careful I don't take paint off my canvas. Okay. Now go in with the small one first. And over here maybe. Oh, I don't know whether you could see that. Might have been off. That's just down there a little bit. Now I need to get a bigger balloon for that one. Maybe if I do that, okay? And then you can see the other corner as well. That works better, doesn't it? Uh-huh. I might try a bigger one. It's fun having all these different sizes though. And where will you go next? Oh, where? Maybe there. Oh, no, didn't have enough paint on that one. See, I've lost the smooth edge there. Whoops, dropped my balloon on the floor. It's bouncing around everywhere. I don't have paint on it, so it's now got paint on my floor. It bounced around. Okay, that's an interesting colour, that one. This over here, you probably can't see that now because I've zoomed in. I'll go over that one again. And the problem with not having like another branch up here is I can't really do much in here because it needs to be linked. So that's going to be quite a bit of open space. I may actually put, what do you think, a couple there? Maybe just a little one there. Let's do that. A little one there. Maybe a little bit bigger there. And then, actually that's just my little balloon, but that's all I've got. I'll just press harder. Decisions. Okay, that worked. I'm going to go over this one here in the corner because it hasn't got enough paint on it. A little bit of grey. That grey kind of takes over. That's a nice one. I like the lighter ones. This area here is quite dark. Look at that. Wow. I'll put that there. See, I don't know that you can see that. All right. Now where to go next? Where to go next is the question. Have I got enough now? Oh, it's so hard to decide whether to do any more or not. Like, I don't want to overdo it. I keep saying that, don't overdo it. So I should just stop, shouldn't I? There are a couple that I do need to go over because I did them when they were wet. There's just a few up the top there, little ones that I want to do. like here, because that sort of bunch is coming out this way. So a little one there, little one just there. These are still wet, so I'll have to leave these, but I would like to do another one there and another one there. But just a tiny little one here. Hopefully the paint's not too wet. It's very thin, so it should be all right, the paint. Now, if you can see that it's a really thick paint, if it's a big medallion, you wouldn't do it, but if it's tiny like that and it's very thin on the edges, you might be able to get away with it. Right, let's see how small I can do this. Even my smallest looks huge. Put that back there. Okay, so they're looking quite small, which is nice. It's quite pale. Hasn't got a lot of colour in it. Didn't want too much colour in it. Okay, so there's a few tiny little ones. That looks nice. Still unsure about what to do up there. All right, come back around. Now I want to put a little one just in here, just to sort of finish that off. And then another little one sort of up here. So hopefully, this one's wet though, but I just want to get it done. And then I'm going to stop. I am, because I don't want to overdo it. I really don't want to overdo it. And I think I'm going to put a couple of leaves on the very edge there. Try and keep these two a little bit lighter. So I'll just go with the light yellow and the light grey. Just a little, tiny little blob. And use my tiny little balloon. Oh, that's way too much paint. Hardly any colour on that one. Okay, put some more colour in you. Even that was too big a blob, wasn't it? I'll have to continue it then and sort of come out a little bit more this way. Maybe you can go... No, actually, I'll wipe that off because that's too much white on there. And we'll go again. That's better. And now where do I put you? Where do I put you? I don't know. I'll put it somewhere just for the sake of putting it somewhere. There, that'll do. It's only tiny. All right, let's wipe that off. Go up here. Yep, that works. And then I guess I could just put this one actually about there. That'll do. Right, that'll do. That will do. Now, my last little bit of leaves. I'm thinking maybe just sort of out here, just to sort of break up that. And I've only got 2 leaves left, so I'll put it there. If it doesn't work, I can move them, but I just thought maybe that's just a good little spot for them, the last 2. What do you think? How's that? That just finishes off the edge there, eh? Because it kind of went in, and I just thought it just needed something just to continue there. So there we go. I think that's it. I think that is it. Let's take you off the tripod. Yeah, I really don't want to overdo it. I want some more negative space. See, the one that I did down there, it's really quite busy. I mean, it's still really pretty. You know, cherry blossoms are tiny and they're in big sort of clumps, blossoms. But yeah, I just wanted more negative space on this one. And I'm happy I got those really big ones in. I won't zoom in on everything because I've already done that. I'm still a bit unsure about that big one under the branch there, but anyway, it's done now. I guess it links it. Needed something big down there, didn't we? Hopefully I've got enough. See, those big ones kind of end up in little ones towards the end there. I didn't want any big ones on the very edges. I'd rather have little ones on the edges. Yeah, I think that's it. Look, it's really hard for me just to know when to stop. So I just have to go, okay, that's it, done. Don't put any more on. Don't call yourself a moron. Yeah, because that's what I did last time. I did too many, and then I was upset with myself because I did too many. So I won't do it this time. Alrighty. Actually, I'm going to go and get my ladder, and then I can show you from up the top. One sec. Righto, I'm up on my ladder trying to show you. I can't actually fit the whole thing in, so we'll just pan, wait across to there. I've still got some paints left. Look at that. There's my balloons. Don't fall off the ladder, Julie. I'm looking at the canvas, not looking where I'm standing. If you hear a big crash, it's just me falling off the ladder, okay? Oh, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to go and hang it in my bedroom. I'm going to put the new, well, I've already got the new bedding on, but I'm going to dress it, put all the cushions on, and I'll be back to show you the finished painting on my wall in a minute. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Here it is. She's done and up on the wall, and I love it. Love it. I'll go in for a little bit of a close-up. I was thinking to myself, you know, I'll put more white in the actual painting, but there's not a lot of white in there. There are splashes of white, but then once it's up on the wall and there's that large expanse of white in the actual bedding, I think having just those little pops of white in the actual painting is all that it needs. Otherwise it might be too much white. So it really makes a statement on that grey wall, doesn't it? So pretty. So I guess in about another 6 months or so I might change my colour scheme and do something different. Maybe it's time I did aquas and, you know, turquoises and blues. So, but we'll see. We'll keep this one for the next 6 months or so, and then I might get itchy feet and want to pour another one. So that is, whoops, banging into the door behind me. That's it. All right, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Hope you've enjoyed my little painting for my bedroom. And yeah, have a go. Get yourself some nice new bedding and match it. Get all your paints organised and pour something. It doesn't have to be a difficult painting. Just get something up there on the wall that says, this is me and I did it and I love it. All right, thanks again for watching, you guys. Really appreciate it. Love you all. Bye for now.